knock anything over. I'm gonna start with the armor. Gonna do shining silver. Probably gonna use a lot of this, honestly, but I don't know how much, so I don't know how generous I should be. I do not like looking at this. Alright, that's as good as it's gonna get. Can't take that extra bit off. Alright. I'm gonna start with his armor. I'm thinking of just slathering a bunch of silver on it and then add blue later on, possibly some gold accents. Let me add a little bit more light to the right side. I only got one light coming from the top left. Yeah, this already looks a whole lot better. Well, not a lot better, but it's better. At least I think so. I just looked straight into the light and blinded myself a little. It was such a pain getting this guy to stand up with just this sticky putty or whatever. He kept falling backwards because of his tail and his cape. If you have to be really light and gentle just because I do think it'll fall over or tip over. Oh yep, you see it? The sword already came out. think I finally figured out the right camera angle for this. The first two times I was struggling to find out exactly where I should put it. Yep, came out again. Maybe if I pinch it in there. Like this. And I feel like I might have to worry about the feet soon, but I guess we'll see. I guess the pinching method didn't really work. The really tough part is seeing what is actually painted like well enough with this silver. Trying to get behind right there. Hopefully you guys can see well. Almost done with the right side of the zip. And this putty's working like shit. Think of that. Think all that already dried. I was scared for that for a little bit. Gonna work on his right hip now. I've had this mini for I don't know how many years now. Maybe 2, could be 3. I got it off Etsy. It was definitely time for me to paint him. I didn't expect him to be this big though. I keep looking at parts of this and asking myself, is this painted? Did I get the spot? Maybe I should invest in some white primer or black primer. I only got gray because I just thought to myself, oh, it's a difference. I mean, it's a good balance between white and black, so why not? I could see why. But I guess it's only if you're painting it with the same color. I wonder if this part is supposed to be a belt or part of armor. Time for the second pauldron. Thank goodness for how shiny and glittery this paint is. Sorry if the shadow of my hand keeps getting in the way of the lighting on the right side. Trying as hard as I can to keep the detail. Without drowning it in paint. Okay, so far so good. Gonna do some bracers now. Oh, jeez. I did not notice that. I was wondering where I was tipping over. Yeah, the pinching didn't really help with the sword either. Get down there, damn it. Man, I have to use a whole lot of sticky putty just to keep this dude down. Still have to do that underside. Sometimes I wish some D&D minis were like Warhammer minis, where you could put them together, because it'll be a whole lot easier to paint. Because the tough little spots like the inside, like right here, on the bottom of some. I think that silver's really coming in well. Let me see if I can show you a little bit more. Oh, jeez. Falling again. Just has to be so heavy. I think the cape might be next. Either that or just get started on his body. I'm gonna go with the cape. Ooh, let me. What kind of blue? I know I want a blue and white. Let me go through my box of things. I got whatever those are. It's that foam stuff for the palette. Minis. More minis. More. And more minis and paints. So I've got like a snow shadow, ashen blue, and a light blue. Thinking of the ashen blue, but I'm also thinking about snow shadow. I gotta see how they both look. I'm already not a fan of snow shadow. And ashen blue is not really blue enough for me. I'm gonna try light. I'm gonna look at light blue real quick. Yeah, that's a little too light. Yeah. Snow shadow, ashen blue, light blue. I think I have another darker one. Okay, I have deep blue, dark sky. Yeah, I might just mix it with this matte white. So I might go deep blue, mix it with matte white. Like, There's barely any difference. Well, on camera you can't even tell a difference between dark sky and deep blue. But if you were actually looking at the bottles yourselves, you would see it. Actually, I'm gonna go with dark sky. So I'll just put these away. Come on. Oh. That was a lot. Let's hope this turns out well. Gonna use this brush. Yeah, that's a pretty good blue. Maybe a little bit more darker. Ooh, what happens if I put some silver in there? Nah, I want this to look more clothy. Probably as good as it's gonna get. Alright. I'm just gonna slather this all over. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. not fall. Oh no, I'm getting some of his tail. Now his shoulder pad. Or his pauldron. That's okay, I can just fix it. Now I gotta be careful. I mean, I guess I don't have to be careful. I have different size brushes. Ooh, I'm liking this color actually. Looks really good. I think I'm gonna do that front cape. Or whatever that thing is. Whatever it's called. Stop trying to fall, dang it. Okay, okay. Hey, what's up, Faye Play? How's it going? Thank you for stopping by. I'm just painting this Dragonborn Paladin that I bought. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I, I don't really stream often, so it's pretty late for me. But I just felt like streaming. What else do I paint? Honestly, so far it's just a bunch of D&D miniatures. Just because that's the main tabletop game my friends and I play. Alright. Besides this guy, what else? Let me show you real quick. This was one of my first things that I've painted. I don't know if I get a lot of my miniatures from Etsy. And this one also from Etsy, but it broke. I think this is like my third or fourth one. This is actually one of my favorites. Now I gotta hopefully find another one on Etsy and repaint and paint it again. Want to make D&D minis at some point, but need to learn Blender and need a printer. Ugh. I've been wanting to buy a printer for years now, just so I could buy the files off Etsy or some kind of 3D printing website. But man, yeah, that's awesome. $3D printers are pretty damn expensive. Well, I guess really good ones are pretty expensive. I did go to Best Buy recently, I just remember, and I did see one that was for like $200, which I imagine is on the cheaper side of 3D printers. Uh, my miniature keeps falling off its little stand just because of how heavy it is. I'm honestly not sure what type it was. I, I literally just looked at it. I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. $200, not bad. I imagine. I was basically just window shopping. And oh yeah, I've seen. It definitely has become more accessible. Like sometimes on my YouTube, like just going through the shorts, sometimes I get people who do a lot of 3D printing, and yeah, like they are professionals. It looks like it. Like it looks like they do a lot of some 3D work. Like the guy that I mostly get, he does like a lot of um, like kind of office accessories or home accessories, but they're all like plant based. I need to I need two printers, which should bring me up to almost or a bit more than 2k, 1k euro. One FDM printer and one resin printer. Are the difference between those two is the resin where it's like it looks like there's just like a puddle, and then it prints from bottom up, and FDM is that the one that has like the stroll of plastic? Oh, plastic roll. Okay. Yeah, I've been wondering like if if I did want to buy a 3D printer, what would be the best one for miniatures? Because I do see some 3D prints and it has like all these lines on it. FDM for cosplay, resin for minis. Oh, okay. I do have two 3D printed like little trinkets on my desk here. This is like a mudkip that I got at a what's it called? A convention. See, like I'm talking, I see all these lines. There's a few imperfections, but I still really like it. And I got this as a gift. It's a little egg, dragon egg, and I keep like a high Q owl in it. Sometimes I put dice in it. You could sand off. Oh, I imagine sanding off the lines would be difficult on something like this, huh? Resin. Oh, yep. That makes a whole lot of sense. Anytime I see like some kind of resin printing, it looks a lot more difficult um, than the FDM, because afterwards they say that there's some kind of aftercare with UV lights. Oh yep, gotta cure it with UV. And you have to buy the UV afterwards, huh? It's like a whole different thing from the actual 3D printer. Oh, thank you for following. I really appreciate it. you can cure it with the UV from the sun. I did not know that at all. I imagine if it's freshly printed, you probably have to put it in like some kind of container, like a clear bin. But yeah, I guess you could put it in that clear bin and just stick it out in the sun. It'll work that way too, huh? At least that's what I think. That's what I imagine. Seems pretty good for the cape. Yeah, I could imagine. Definitely takes longer. Yeah. There's something I've always wanted to do. Like ever since like I thought about buying a 3D printer, and that was to find like a file for some kind of like boat or ship, kind of like a skyship, and just print one of those. I always had this idea of doing like a D&D campaign out in the sea, or do like some kind of sky or space pirate idea of campaign. I tried looking up boats, like boat miniatures, and damn, they are expensive. I'm gonna try to do the tail next. Painted bronze. Extra sure, there we go. Do you do a lot of miniature painting yourself? Oh, that is not looking good. Maybe just take a clump of it. Yeah, definitely better. Not great, but it's better. There is a party of characters that I'd like to print in memory of a campaign that could have been. Ooh, what happened? Just busy friends, I imagine. You're new to miniature painting. Honestly, yeah. Like me too. Like I know I showed you like those other two, but I just got back into it again after I don't know how many, after like a year or so. Like I bought this one when I first started painting miniatures, and like I said, that was like maybe 3 years ago. Said campaign could have been my first ever D&D game. Uh, Problems on you and your DM side. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it took a long while for me and my friends to start up a campaign as well. Because the guy who first initiated the idea and asked us if we wanted to do a campaign, he moved across the country a year after he suggested it. And even then, when he first suggested it, it was all that it was all that you usually hear about. Oh, let's do this. Let's start it. Let's start it. Let's start it. But it was always super busy schedules. Here and there, I asked the DM, but the answer is still the same. Yeah, like I said, we kept putting ours off so much time. I feel like that's how every campaign starts between friends. Someone suggests it, but then there's always busy schedule or one excuse or another, and never really starts. The only reason why ours started is because another friend of ours, he ended up playing a little bit with another group of his friends, and he just said to us, "All right, let's just do one." So he borrowed the books from his friend. It was the starter guide, and he just started DMing for us. So for us to start, it was really just saying, "All right, let's do this. We're all here right now. I have the book with me. Let's just start playing." But at the same time, I've kind of lost contact with other party members, so that sucks too. Well, I do think that's a really cool way to, I guess, kind of make a remembrance to what could have been by printing the characters that you and your friends would have played. Like, there's a friend now who was gonna be part of it, and including that first friend that first suggested it, they never got to really be part of our campaigns. So that's two of them, and I do wish they could have been part of it. But since one of them lives across the country and we lost contact with the other one, kind of wish we could keep on playing with them. It's an online campaign over Discord, and I haven't seen them on Discord for a long time. Oh yeah, that sucks. I mean, yeah, probably like busy schedules, huh? Have you ever thought about like maybe going on forums or looking for websites that do that service where you could just sign up for a campaign It makes me really sad because I always hear how people have fun playing D&D and how they make big memories. Yeah, I understand how you feel about that. It's that real big case of FOMO in a sense, but probably hits a little harder since I mean those are moments that you could have had with your friends. Man, getting the inside of this tail is a pain. I don't really like doing stuff online. That campaign is the only exception since it's close friends. You know, I definitely see that. It's especially with D&D, it's a whole different experience being at a table physically with people than I guess just doing it online. And we've got no other way of playing since it's international. Uh, okay, yeah, the tail's looking pretty good. There's this areas I need to give a double coat, but yeah, it's looking pretty awesome. Sorry you couldn't see that. As for IRL games, I'm part of a forum that hosts one shots every Friday, but the problem with that is my family, since the hosted games are in next town pretty late to like 7 p.m. Mm. Yeah, I guess moms can be overprotective like that, in a sense. If that is her being overprotective, I'm not sure. Trying to come up with excuses though. Oh, she hates your nerdy side. Oh, that sucks, dude. I don't see any reason why parents should hate the interest of their kid. Gonna need more paint. Where's that cap? There was one time I went to meet up to play TCG, and I had to lie that I'm meeting up with friends. Had to smuggle out your deck box. How do you smuggle out a deck box? The ones I have, they're like as big as my hand, man. Bag, yeah. Like a book bag? That's what I imagine where this is going. Fail, because she decided to check your entire book bag. Thankfully, she shouldn't care much about the deck box, but I'd explain what it was. Yeah, if she's giving me a third degree, that's pretty overbearing. What kind of TCG were we gonna go play? Grand Archives. I've heard of that, but I've never actually played it or seen it played. What's it like? Anime style TCG? Uh, the only TCGs I've played were Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, and I played like 2 games of Magic. Oh, it's your first ever TCG. It's a lot of fun to you. Oh, that's good. And the upcoming Gundam's TCG. You want to play Magic at some point too, but only after the Final Fantasy crossover releases. I'm also interested in the Gundam TCG. A video of it was recommended to me earlier today, but haven't watched it yet. So I can't wait until it comes out. That's gonna be a matter of who else can I play with that. Because with my friends, the only TCG they've played or currently play is Yu-Gi-Oh, and one of them I was able to convince to play some Digimon with me. And I didn't know that Magic was gonna have a Final Fantasy crossover. I heard that they were gonna have a Marvel crossover, which sounds interesting. It's actually not looking all that bad. Let's see if I get more light here. Sorry for the camera moving. I keep hitting it with my finger. See, something small for that little detail. Not bad at all, not bad at all. Alright. I'll definitely have to touch up the arms later. Same with the head. And actually do his neck. But it is getting pretty late for me, Mr. Vayplay. Yeah. It is past midnight. So. Oh, thank you. So I'm gonna end it here. I really appreciate you stopping by and actually chatting. Made a lot of my time go by way faster. Just Vay is fine? Alright, sounds good to me. I appreciate it, Vay. I'm gonna look into Grand Archive, see if I could find a video of it. Because I also do generally like TCGs. I have to be picky and choosy which ones, because like any hobby, they could definitely be expensive, right? Alright, man, you have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. Or it's, I don't know what time it is where you're from, but have a good morning, good afternoon. Oh, yeah, good morning then. Alright, man, you have a good morning and a good day. Bye bye.